Brothers, welcome back to DummyNation. In today's episode, we're going to be playing as the most upvoted comment in the last video, which is Palestine. Now, we did try this on stream, and it did not go well. Palestine's a pretty hard nation. What makes it very tough is you have the constant threat of Israel attacking you, which does not like you, but sometimes you can get a truce. That's pretty expensive for right now, so we're going to hold off on that. We don't start off with a military, but we do have 1.75 million in the bank. So what we're going to do is start off by taking out social spending altogether, increase our liquidity fund up to full, and then military as much as we can until we're even. And what this does, liquidity doesn't really affect anything, and social spending affects your population and your inflation costs, which doesn't matter until you are able to start conquering things as a small country. So we're going to go ahead and do that, try and increase our capital just so that we can get a little bit more troops on the field as soon as possible. We're going to hit apply there. And then we'll take our traditional military research, put 10 points in that, and the rest into reactive armor. Try and protect our tanks here a little bit. And speaking of tanks, let's go ahead and get let's try it. Get close. 2.51, good enough. And then start recruiting a military. Now, unlike Tunisia, who starts off with a military, Palestine does not. So in the time that's going to take us to get a military, Malta is going to get a military, and so is Monaco. So those are both out of the question for us. But one thing we can do is go into our government type, which is currently autocracy. Now, autocracy has a lot of great benefits. Employ a paramilitary organization, reducing the maintenance costs of your army by 80%, which is great. And martial law reduces the likelihood of militias opposing you by up to 65%. Those are both great. However, they lead into corruption, which weakens our armor, our firepower, and then our cash on hand. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep martial law all the way up. We're going to bring down paramilitary to about 58%. We don't need to worry about the cost of maintaining our military since we don't really have a military. Now, what we're going to do with the last little bit is try and find an alliance with a bigger country. And in fact, we can get one with Russia. That's really great. We're going to buy that. And sometimes we can buy an alliance with China, but not this time. What about India? Not this time. And what about not Canada? United States? United States is usually a far one off. How about Egypt? Egypt is a big one. Nope, can't get that one either. So we'll go ahead, save up our military, and then hopefully be able to make some moves after this. Ooh, now we went to war with Israel. We can get a peace treaty with them. Israel's going ham right away. We might be able to sneak around and grab a little bit of Syria. Let's slow this down a lot since they've defeated their military power. And we're going to get just a little bit, but a little bit's better than nothing at this point. So that's great for us. We do have a little bit of militias to work down, but that's perfect. We get a good chunk of that. In fact, they have left, which is great for us because we do get a little bit better borders with Iraq, just in case something happens on their front. But any little bit that we can get is going to be very helpful for us. So getting Syria and getting a peace treaty with Israel, great kind of starting moves for us. Is Malta still available? No, it's been taken over by Montenegro. Is Monaco still available? Nope, it has been taken over by Algeria. So what makes this situation very tough, very much like Tunisia, we have NATO to the north, the Arab League to the south. Now, unlike Tunisia, we're not in the Arab League. We do have a little bit friendly relations with Iran and, again, Russia, but we're going to probably have to push out through Morocco if we're going to be able to kind of make our way out. So that's a little bit tough. If Israel declares war on us and we can't buy them off, we're just screwed regardless. So let's just go home and wait for a good opportunity to arise. And with our first 4.1, we're going to follow a similar route as Tunisia and go ahead and put 4.1 into combat training. Combat training is going to be our priority until we complete it. And then we're going to, start working on planes. But that's going to be our last research for a while because we're only getting 0.39 and we really can't afford to invest more into that. So we just have to be patient for right now. Oh, and perfect. We can get an alliance with Egypt. That is very clutch for us because eventually we're going to want to push out through one of the Arab League members. Now, they're kind of toothless with the exception of Egypt being incredibly strong. So there's a good chance we might be able to push out through Morocco again, or if something happens with Iraq, we could potentially get involved with that as well. And for the low price of all of our gold, we can get an alliance treaty with China, or one with Russia expired, but Russia's kind of on the down foot right now. So getting an alliance treaty with China should protect us from exterior threats, at least for the time being. It does suck that it took away basically all of our income, but yeah, it's just something we kind of have to do at this point. It'll also help out with trade. That would be very nice so that we can have a nice little trade partner, increase our economy ever so slightly. And hopefully that works out in the end. But if Russia continues to go down, we're going to have to kind of take our stance and push through Russia to get out. Okay, so big opportunity, not the one we were potentially looking for, but Mexico. has fallen pretty heavily. They're the 12th best GDP. That is definitely worth going after. So what we're going to do is we're going to punch out through Morocco, but we're not going to take Morocco because a lot of the Arab League is going to try and fight us for it. So we're just going to we're going to defeat Morocco's armies, punch out, and then go straight to Mexico. And once we have a bridge on Mexico, we should just be able to, or we'll have free diplomatic range to the rest of the world. We just need to take territory outside of the Gulf or the Mediterranean. So we'll defeat their army. Our military spending is at max, so it's the best it's going to be in terms of our effectiveness. So as soon as we take down Morocco, we'll be able to grab just a little bit from their territory. I'm going to keep pushing until I get to their capital. And I think that is it. Let's just double check with the economy. Not quite. Let's grab the capital. Great news. Let's go down here, defeat this one rebel. Okay, and now... Oh, there's another one. Dang it. Get down. Okay, now we're going to leave. We're going to go straight to Mexico. There we go. Mexico's army's been defeated. We just have a few militias to deal with. Hopefully it won't be too much of an issue. We still have 1,000 tanks, which is great. This is a big swing, one of the big swings we were kind of hoping for here. So we just need this one militia to fall, and then we'll be on to marching to Mexico City. Okay, Nigeria is here. We can buy them off with 3,000. That's an easy price to pay as we continue our front. Mexico has a lot of rebels, but the price, you can see, we're already at 300. We started at like 4. So this is definitely worthwhile. We'll have to unfortunately keep fighting down these rebels until we're able to completely knock them off. I did buy a lot of gunners in preparation for a fight like this, but Mexico has a ton of rebels. We have defeated Mexico. It was really tough pushing through Mexico City. They kept spawning rebels of like 1 million, which is really tough, but this is great. We're making 1.66. If we were to invade Russia, honestly, we would probably have maybe even a little bit less than this. So getting Mexico is a huge, huge get for us. Now we just need to save up and kind of replenish the army that we have. So let's send everybody home for the time being and just kind of wait this out until we can get up to a stronger military presence. And now that we actually have a population, let's go ahead and bring down liquidity and bring up social spending so we can start fighting inflation a little bit early. So let's go ahead and get that moving and wait until we have about 5 million and we'll start investing. We also have another 4.1, so let's invest that into combat training, strengthen our foot soldiers a little bit more. And now no matter what happens to this, we will always have access to the outside because we do have Mexico. So that was a very, very huge get for us. Not one that I typically look at, but Mexico was honestly pretty cheap. So happy to get that, especially as Russia is standing pretty strong in this one, and so is China. Now, Russia, can I actually get that alliance back with you since you are... Yes, we can. Okay, in Egypt, did we lose ours? We did. Let's get that back. And, yeah, I'll get one with Saudi Arabia, too. Okay, Algeria is getting attacked by the United States. Let's get over here and try and take the coast. Now, we did miss out on Morocco. The United Kingdom came down and took them, which is fine. They're not that strong themselves. But I prioritize beefing up our military, which we have. We have 3.73 tanks, 300,000 commandos, 160,000 gunners. We're currently the 11th best military power, which is great. And as soon as Algeria, there goes their troops. Okay, great. So let's look for their economic zones. Mostly going to be along the coast. Yeah, so let's just attack like right here and jump in there and try and grab as much of their economy as we possibly can. Now, this will put us at war with a few number of people. Most importantly, not Egypt, hopefully. Tunisia is going to be a bit of a problem. Can I buy you off? Very cheap to buy you off. Let's just check on our alliance with Egypt. Still there. Good. Now we just expand, grab all the economic zones while the USA has done all the heavy lifting of putting down their armies while we just reap the benefits. Who is this coming over? I prefer not to fight people. Yeah, that's pretty cheap. We'll buy that. Now France is over here. Great. Okay. That's unfortunate. Let's push. Let's grab that economy map again. Yeah, let's just push for this, and then let's push over here. Okay, now the United States is doing the same thing with Libya. So let's just say, France, you can have everything left. Let's get up here and try and get ready for a fight with Libya. Libya has a lot less economic zones, but they do have this sector. So we had some tanks kind of on standby. Let's go ahead and recruit some more of you guys and get ready for this next fight. Germany's declared war on Palestine. Can I get you to not? No, I need 1 million. That's kind of crazy that they are going to attack me. We're going to keep pushing into Libya, though, and hope that that problem doesn't reach Mexico. Egypt, still cool. Nice. Let's slow this down a little bit. Germany's invading us. Where? Just that, you can have it. I don't care. I don't care about that little piece of Morocco if that's what it takes to get you to peace out. We're going to try and have to save up pretty heavily to get a peace with Germany. You don't want to mess with Germany because you can't fight back. Yes, go away. You got what you wanted. Congratulations. Can you go away too, Iraq? Yeah, you can go away. You don't want to fight Germany. You don't want to fight Germany at any point because you can't fight back, because all of NATO will come to their defense and none of your allies will ever really come to your defense as a player in this game. So it makes it kind of a real push-pull. We had to give that up. If that's what they wanted, that's fine. It's not our most valuable land. Now, if they had gone to war with on our Mexican territory, we would have fought back on that front. But fortunately for us, it's just that. Now, that does suck because I believe that is their capital. Indeed, it was. So it's a shame we lost out on that. But hey, at the end of the day, a trade-off is a trade-off. Now, we were making 1.66 at the end of attacking Mexico. We did bring down our liquidity, which is why we don't have that. But now we're making a legitimate 1,000. So we're going to be players in the end game. We're doing really well in this run. 18th best GDP, but 9th best military power, which means we are in a position to really make some moves here as long as we play it smart. Oh, now here's a new move. Russia is out of troops. They just have militias. What do we need probably? We could probably use with some more rockets. That's not going to buy a lot. That's not going to buy a lot. That's fine. We'll spend it on gunners, and we're just going to rush up there right now. We're going to go through our allies with the exception of Iraq. Can we get an alliance treaty with you? Yes, we can. So let's get an alliance treaty with Iraq just to make sure we don't go through any hostile territories. And let's get up to Russia. Okay, so we have our troops. Russia's here. We can take Russia. We're going to push straight down to Moscow. Now we're going to do our split attack. So let's go here, attack Russia. And as soon as we get a little bit of a foothold, we're going to keep moving down. Now, Serbia's coming to their defense. We'll buy off Serbia. We'll buy off anyone that comes to attack us. That's not just like a Russia military. But we're going to knock these guys down as soon as possible so they don't spread and make more rebels. Okay, so we finished up with Russia. Big L was missing out on Egypt going down. So we missed most of Egypt's very nice land. But the United States is fighting... hold on. They were fighting Germany, but you have the 39th best GDP. You have the 35th. Is there any economic zones I could probably get? No, that's all about to go down, but we could still get a little bit from Egypt. So I think let's just go ahead and split. We'll try and get you to fight Iraq. And then the second army, we're just going to send down into Egypt and try and grab any bit of the Nile that we can. That pathing, my brother in Christ. Just go like right there. Oh, we're too late. We missed out on all of that. We can still get some of Saudi Arabia, though. So let's try and jump down there and find your economic zones. Okay, so here. And you push from over here. Israel's declared war on us. We could probably buy them off. Yeah, they're cheap. Is that all your military power? It is. No, it's not. Okay. France has declared war on us. France, could you not? We need 63 million. That's unfortunate. Italy, can you leave? 100 million. Let's just walk away from this. So major problem. The entire EU's declared war on us. We have 4 million in the bank. Let's go ahead and spend that to get another 1,000 tanks. China, remember how you were supposed to like decrease this? Oh no, we just spent our money. Just run. I don't know where home is anymore, but go home. It's Moscow now. Yeah, run to Moscow. And we hold here in Moscow. Gosh, we have lost so much. We're like the 9th best military power right now. China, come on. Attacking Saudi Arabia was a step too far, apparently. Okay, we get an alliance with China. Cost us $1 million. Hopefully that will deter others from attacking us. But at some point, we're going to have to reclaim our homeland as it's split between Cyprus and the United Kingdom. That's obviously not going to happen right now. But, I mean, we have Mexico. We didn't lose any of Mexico. We have lots of Russia. I think we just kind of have to be thankful for that, but it really sucks to lose our capital. The world's stabilized. Most people have stopped attacking us. They're still at war with us, and we can't get them to stop. But that alliance with China will slow things down. Really wish there was like a big alert that was like, hey, this alliance has broken down. Because when we lose our alliance with China, we are fish food at this point. But we do have a lot of research, so let's go ahead and spend that and start getting a little bit of aerodynamics. We're not going to buy any planes until we completely finish this out, because reducing the cost by up to 20% is going to be vital. But we do have 10 million in the bank, or 8 million in the bank. We're going to buy more tanks to try and replenish what we lost, and hopefully this will keep bringing us up. We're the 5th best military power. People hopefully won't be messing with us, but it is risky right now. Now, good news is the United States is fighting China, so this could be a real boon for us if one of these guys goes down. I'll have to kind of keep an eye on that, but right now, still in save mode. Yeah, that's really good. Another 1,000. How many tanks do we have? 6,000 before that. Another 1,000 comes in. So that's 7,000. We need to start buffing up the rest of our army, but getting tanks out there should really increase our power projection as we kind of just grab what scraps we can of Japan. Japan took some of Hawaii? That's really good for us. Ooh, that's going to be nice. Nice little destination, you know, relaxation spots. That's huge. United States has declared war on us. Could you not? You have your hands full with other things. Yeah, go away. Okay, so big opportunity. Ukraine doesn't have any troops, and their only ally is Slovenia. Let's go ahead and grab this. This is going to be another big boon for us. So let's declare war on Ukraine from Russia. Not touching on any politics, but that's just, we're Palestine. It's completely different, as we're just going to roll through. Slovenia, I'd actually like for you to go away. 35 million? Brother, I'll fight you down. That's not worth it. We're at 81 million. We're doing really good. 3rd best military power, 10th best GDP, as we're just going to continue to keep climbing the ladder as best we can. Is this mine? That's Russia. Oh, we haven't finished that? We need to go back there and finish that as soon as we finish up Ukraine. Big update. The United States has been declared war on by just about everyone. So we're going to get some more rockets, and we're going to do the same, but we're going to hit them in the homeland where it really matters. So let's get over there right now, and we're just going to go head straight to Washington, D.C. Is this really the most efficient path? Okay, well, I guess we're going this way. It's even better. They only have gunners left. Let's head straight to Washington, D.C. and invade the United States. Okay, Finland's coming over here. Can we buy you off? No, we cannot. That's fine. Let's just make sure we've maintained our alliance with China. It is, in effect, good. Let's push for New York. And look at this. We're making 53K. That's so amazing. How many tanks can we buy? Another 1,000. Let's go ahead and get that invested with our 22 million. It doesn't seem like that great of a deal, but hey, it's kind of the end points of the game. We just keep pushing. Here's the last bastion of the United States troops. Just kidding. They got more. But at this point, it's too little too late, as we've captured most of the United States. We still have a few patches to clean up, and obviously Alaska and their overseas territories. But this is working out fantastically for us, as we have 45%. That puts us in 1st place at this point. Now, it will get a little bit better when we get the entire of the United States territory holdings done. But let's just keep pushing for everything and trying to build up our military even more at this point. France has invaded our territory. Can we get you to stop? No, we can't. Gosh, that's so frustrating that France is just so beholden to attacking us at this point. Honestly, I think we take what we have, we go home. Let's just bring everybody home, and we can kind of fight this battle later. If they want that, that's fine. We've got much more valuable territory. We just want to hold on to the United States and our holdings in Russia, and I think we'll be fine. But after taking out the United States, we're the #1 GDP and the #1 military power. So things are looking good for us. The problem is we don't quite have the military to say, hey, nobody bother us, we're too strong. We definitely need a lot more rockets. Yeah, we can get another 2,000. That's going to be helpful. We have a good amount of tanks, not enough to win the end game. So we have to be careful with who we attack, and at whatever cost, we got to make sure that we maintain this alliance with China until we're strong enough to be able to stand on our own. And now we finished the last level of planes. How many planes could we possibly get? 1.2. Great. Let's invest in those. That's going to really help our firepower out a lot. That's going to be really great for us. It's going to just cement us in 1st place. Now we just need to keep increasing our ground troops a little bit before we engage. And then China is something that we have to keep in mind. They have a lot of armored units, so we want to get ready to counter that. In fact, what do you have? Yeah, a lot of just everything. So yeah, it's gonna be real tough, but I want to increase our rockets and just everything but tanks at this point until we can get these guys up to like closer to 1 million. We've secured alliances with most of Europe and just about everybody that's kind of left. China is now weak, We are very strong. They've got 16,000 military power. We have 132. So we have to do what's required at this point, which is fighting down China. Now, this is the weakest they're probably ever going to get. It is going to cost us. Now, we just have to be a little bit, optimistic that the rest of the world's not going to declare war on us as we do this. Let's just get up to an even 40,000 before we do this, though. And then we'll go to war with China. Let us begin. We'll invade Beijing right away, and then we'll start splitting. I think this is like the last big part of China's army. They still have got 500 tanks kicking around somewhere, but that's good enough for us to split into fours and really start to put the hammer down. France is now getting involved. Let's get everybody just to split and go. And we'll try and capture this down faster than they can. Split and go. Split and go. Split and go. China's been defeated. We only have 60%. We're losing our economic progress because we're honestly not gaining that much, especially when you compare it to Europe. They're all gaining like 4%. So they're catching us. Our only way of winning this is through military dominance. So we've been investing pretty heavily in our military. We're getting another 34,000, mostly in gunners. We've also invested in about another 10,000 tanks to get us back to where we were prior to this. And we just have to keep knocking down second place, third place, and so forth. First target is going to be France. They are very weak, but when we attack France, we are going to be at odds with the rest of the world. So I've been waiting to try and get guerrilla warfare up as much as possible so that we can defend the territories that we have, because when we go to war with Europe, we're going to war with the rest of the world, and that is going to be very tough on us. So we have our army. If we look at the leaderboard, 57%, as you can see, we're still going down. Military power-wise, the second place country is Brazil. Brazil really doesn't have anything, and they're not going to get involved in this fight. So I'm just going to start powering my way through Europe by first attacking Lithuania. It is a weaker target, but it is going to bait out a lot of the countries to send their smaller armies so that we start invading their countries. They're going to be a lot weaker. Here come the bees, and we're just going to send them to slaughter one by one. They're all going to fall, and every country at the end of this is going to be too weak to stand against us. Lithuania has been defeated. The ones I really wanted to join, United Kingdom and France, did not join in. Poland, are you allied to them? You are allied to the United Kingdom. You are allied to France. So attacking Poland should bait out those two. We've weakened out most of the rest of Europe. So hopefully this won't be we won't see too many aggro nations. Come on, you gotta defend your boy. Come on, France, UK, where are you? All right, we didn't see Germany, France, or United Kingdom. A little bit unfortunate there. Let's go ahead and reload on our tanks and get ready to hit Germany. Germany does have a big army, which is a little bit unfortunate. That took us down pretty heavily. Yeah, and here comes the United Kingdom finally, or at least part of them. I don't know where the rest of them are going. They've just declared war on us outright. Well, hopefully we can just knock them down well enough that we can go into them next. Yeah, keep sending your armies into me. France has outright declared war on us. They don't have a ton of military strength left. We are pretty weak ourselves, all things considered, but we're stronger than most of these guys. So let's start pushing into France proper. Get the last level of guerrilla warfare to protect ourselves as we go in. So anybody trying to invade us is going to have a hard militia to push through. Okay, that's France's army mostly gone. Let's go ahead and split into two and start pushing through. There's the rest of them. But we were able to clear through them. So now we just push through. All right, so this is a tough battle. We're getting pretty whittled down because Germany and France are both attacking us, which doesn't, you know what? Peace treaty with you, totally worth it, so we can just fight down France. I think that's a well worth endeavor. Nobody really cares about France, but Germany has a lot of allies. This is just going to kind of help us finish up the end of the game here, as we're just bleeding troops at this point. We actually had to go home at one point and just recuperate because we were down to 5,000 tanks, which is just shows you how brutal the end game can be when Europe is the strongest one left. Just keep reloading as much as we can. I've bought at least 1 million. Germany's invaded me again. You mongrel. I literally just peaced out with you. But we'll just keep fighting the good fight here. Keeping one army just to keep fighting down France. We'll probably split into two here because I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable with this army composition than I did with 5,000. But let's go ahead and split into two and hopefully just keep working down France. Now, France is a global empire. They have many territories, so this is going to take a long time to get them down. But if we're going to just focus down one enemy at a time, we're going to be in a good spot. Now, a bit of good news. Germany is getting attacked by Spain. they're kind of fighting each other, which is great. Okay, this army's ready to go again. We're having to just constantly send armies home to replenish them. It is getting very rough out here. But the biggest thing is that while we don't have a lot of troops, nobody has a lot of troops, except for Spain. Spain's got a lot of troops. Ooh, that could be a bit of a problem. But the UK doesn't, and they're right behind us in GDP, so they'll be a great target after we finish off France. But thankfully, Spain's helping us in this escapade. Spain, are you going to supplant? You do supplant the United Kingdom. That is concerning because you still have a good amount of troops. We do have more to knock them down. And at the end of the day, whatever they have, we can have more of it. But it's just really getting tricky towards the end here. We only have 285. Like, what is our total count? 18,000 tanks. Oof, that's really rough. Okay, we have a decent-sized military again. France is, for the most part, defeated. Let's start going into the United Kingdom and just rinse and repeat. The United Kingdom, thankfully, doesn't have a lot of troops. They might have allies. I'm not sure if Spain's going to come to their defense, but it would be nice if Spain did, just because then we'd be able to work down Spain, who still has a substantial amount of troops. But the United Kingdom is sitting in second place. We're in third just because of how much economic progress we don't have, because we put such a focus in on military, which is the price we pay. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to be one that's worthwhile. Let's just go ahead and split and try and get this done a little bit faster. And with this, we're finally able to reclaim our homeland. Is this ours? Yes. We've fully reclaimed our homeland from the United Kingdom back to where we started, only about 300 years into the future. But we were able to do it, and we feel pretty good about that. We're building yet another army up here because we're slow on rockets, but we're just going to keep increasing everything that we can and just invest whatever we can into our military. United Kingdom is invading us. We're not that concerned about it. Can you guys split? Like, geez Louise, I hate when they all stack on each other after I give them a split order. Okay, we got a problem. Spain is now getting to the point where they're about to win, so let's reconcile everybody, send them home, and go into Spain. Unfortunately, I'd love to finish off the United Kingdom because I know they're going to come back, but we have to, at this point, just get ready for a fight with Spain. Let's go directly into Spain, and hopefully this will bring them out. We could slow down their progress. As you can see, they're at 80%. They're climbing pretty rapidly. So we're going to have to counter this by attacking them and hopefully bring this back into our realm. So we're not getting ahead too much, but we are bringing down Spain. They're down 10%. Their military power has basically evaporated, but we are still getting attacked by the United Kingdom pretty frequently. It's hard to fight down one when there's 3 Goliaths. It's like when you cut off one head, 2 more emerge, and that's just kind of what we're dealing with at this point. I mean, we're dealing in G's at this point, and like, what does 120 G's get us? 5,000 tanks. Sick. That's so awesome. Let's just keep... Stop going right on top of each other. Oh my gosh, this is so frustrating when they do this. Like, you're a separated army. There should be a code in here that if there's an army down there, you go somewhere else. Okay, progress report. We have 3 armies fighting down Spain. We have 1 army fighting Brazil, and we have 1 army fighting the United Kingdom to try and draw these guys out so they stop invading me because we're losing so much territory. As soon as this army is ready, we're going to send them out as well. This is going to be just kind of... I'm going to start going to this hybrid of small tanks and a lot of militia, and hopefully that will carry me all the way out. So this is my new hybrid model. I get 200,000 of each of these, 2,000 tanks and 1,000 rockets. As soon as that's ready, I'm just deploying them out in the field to attack a random target, and then we start again. It's real tough. We've almost got it though. We're doing pretty well. This might be the only game where I have to absolutely tear down every single country, and we might have full control of the entire world by the end of this, but it's working. We're not losing territory. We're actually gaining. We're close to 80%, and we're almost done. But everyone has such a high defensive modifier at this point that's really taking us a long time to push through anything at this point. 99. There we go. Wow. What a run. I have never lost my capital and still won the game, but we were able to pull that off. Literally having to drag down Brazil, Spain, United States, and Germany all at the same time. But we were able to get it done. The Palestine Run has been completed. It's only taken about, I don't know, about 6 hours of my life, but we got it done. Oh, getting into Mexico was the absolute best thing we could have done. Now, you may be wondering why my population growth is low, my economy is so low. At the end, I just cranked up military powers. Like, we're not going to win this in economy. We're just going to go brute force the entire way and brute force is what got us there. So that is the Palestine Run. If you guys have any recommendations for the country you want me to play next, I will take the top upvoted country to play as in the next video. But as we do start to wrap things up, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, especially made this far in the video. If you have made this far in the video, hey, give it a thumbs up, really helps out a lot. If you're new around here, subscribe for more. I put videos every day, but boys, I will see you in the next one. And a special thank you to all of my members, with shout outs to producers Chris Mitchell, Kevin Andy Stamps, Icy, Christopher Ryans, American Patriot, Quagsire Lover 32, and executive producers Miskits the Mallard, A137 Mason / Aurelius, Rob Drake, Rob Coleman, Uther Ekana, New Brex, Brock Lowry, Daniel Stevens, Sakari Scarlett, Morwin, Ogan Gabriel, Maverick 149, Jeremy Daniels, Crushland, Austin, and new sponsors Abagula and Gary Garo. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.